Earlier, when we started the news review, brought you that story about Agona West NPP Nasara coordinator allegedly shot in campaign clash at Nyakrom. We have a reporter on with us, Kofi AJ from Adom, who is going to tell us the story and the details of it. Kofi AJ, thank you for joining us on the AM show. So what really happened at Nyakrom?
What happened was that Cynthia Morrison, the NPP, the currently the independent parliamentary candidate, who is a member of parliament, current member of parliament for Agona West, but now was independent candidate after losing election to Chris Atta in last year NPP parliamentary primary. So Cynthia Morrison was launching her campaign at Agona Nyakrom Township, whilst Chris Atta, the NPP parliamentary candidate, and some NPP executives were also at Agona Otenkwan. So after their campaign, they were returning from Agona Otenkwan, a suburb of Agona Nyakrom, a village near Agona Nyakrom. So they were returning from Agona Otenkwan to Nyakrom to engage some community members over there. When they reached Agona Nyakrom Township, they found out that Cynthia Morrison and her supporters were launching their campaign, so they have blocked the route. So they decided to find way to pass through them because that's the only way they can. That's the only route or the only way where they can pass. So according to information, according to police source, when Chris Atta and his team reached Agona Nyakrom, where Cynthia Morrison was launching her campaign, they found out the road had been blocked. So they decided to find a way through. And in the process, there was a scuffle between both supporters and the convoy. And according to police, one of Cynthia Morrison's supporters poured alcoholic drink to one of the drivers. So the Nasara coordinator get down from the car, tried to talk to them because they were all NPP members, and because Cynthia Morrison was going to independent, so there's a misunderstanding between them. So he get down to talk to them so that they can open the road for them. That is where the incident happened. So in the process, they had gunshots from nowhere, and in the process, the Nasara coordinator was shot in the ribs, and 3 of Cynthia Morrison supporters were also sustained gunshots wounds. So currently, Nasara coordinator Rashid Aruna has been sent to Kolebu Teaching Hospital because yesterday they sent him to Agona Government Hospital, but they couldn't, admitted him there, so he was put in the ambulance and brought to Kolebu Teaching Hospital, while 3 of the Cynthia Morrison supporters have also been treated at Agona Health Center.
Kofi AJ, do we know if the police have arrested the perpetrators of this crime?
No. The incident happened around 8:39 p.m. So they haven't made any arrest. Maybe I'll find out this morning. I'm on my way to Agona with the Divisional Police Command to ascertain whether they've arrested some of them. But from yesterday to this morning, they haven't arrested anybody.
All right. Kofi AJ, thank you so much. We also have David Esando on the line. He's NPP constituency organizer for Agona West. David, thank you so much for joining us. You're on the AM show. We are just getting details of the report of what happened yesterday. And what more can you tell us? Have you checked on the people who were shot this morning? How are they faring?
Yes, thank you, Madam, and for a gracious morning. With respect to what happened yesterday in the evening, 8 o'clock to 9, our Nasara coordinator, who's in charge of mobilization in the Zongo communities in Agona West, was shot by people supposedly coming from the camp of Honorable Cynthia Morrison. We went for electoral area campaign launch at Agona Otenkwan. Agona Otenkwan, if you are coming from Agona Swedro, you have to use a route through Agona Nyakrom, through to Otenkwan. So we were there from 1 o'clock and left around 6:30, 7 o'clock. To our surprise, we met a rally at the only 4 junction in Agona Nyakrom. Agona Nyakrom has 2 entry points. The first entry point, which is supposed to be the main entry point, has a broken bridge that is under construction by the NPP government. So there's only one route that is remaining. And that one route, you approach a 4 junction. It is on the 4 junction that the supposed rally by the current MP as an independent candidate is also holding a rally. So we were approached for the first time, and the police directed us to use a different route. So we came through and parked at Cocoa Shed, a Sando house, Cocoa Shed. It is at that juncture the police gave us 15 to 20 minutes. After the 20 minutes, they paved way for us to exit from Agona Nyakrom to the crowd. Now, after moving from the junction and going forward through the mini bridge, that is where our first car, that's the PC and his team were seated in, had to stop. And the Nasara coordinator stepped out of the car because they were beating the cars with sticks and then pouring alcohol on our drivers and insulting us mercilessly. So therefore, he got down. Once he got down, the two boys, but they are known as of now.
David, let me take you back a little bit. Exactly why did the coordinator get out of the car in the first instance?
They were hitting the car. They were hitting all the cars with sticks. That is why the driver stopped to check who are doing those things. We were not even closer to the scene. We were going, but they were lying on the roadside, just raining insults and unprintable words against us. But we were in the car. It is never like a class, like the PC team and then the independent team were in a class. It never happened like that. I have videos that I can send to your producer that you can just display on the TV for the live broadcast. It is never like we were in a banter or we were in a chaotic instances, no. But rather we were all in our car. But the PC's car, Haruna got down from the car to approach the guys to find out what they are doing this thing to us. And then the gunshot happened. And he sustained over 6 bullets through the chest and the stomach.
When you say the gunshot happened, who fired the shots first?
There was only one sound. There was only one sound. The two people who were hitting the car when the Nasara coordinator got down are the prime suspects, and they are on errands. They are far away, and they are being looked.
That means you don't know for sure if they are the ones who fired the shots.
You see, at the instances, the independent candidate, Honorable Cynthia Morrison, was on her car campaigning and even inciting the people against the PC. He was even praising that kind of act that must not find its place in our modern democracy, Ghana and Agona West. These are things that has been happening for the last 8 years. That is giving detriment to the development of Agona West. Agona West is the biggest of all to give NPP votes. We need to protect the seat. Why Cynthia Morrison? Everything Cynthia Morrison. This canker.
David, we are trying to get Cynthia Morrison's side, a representative, someone to also tell us their side of the story. But are you saying that they were celebrating or encouraging this?
Yes, she was standing on her car, encouraging and celebrating this matter. That should not find its place in our modern politics. And this is not for the first time. Now, I have worked with Cynthia Morrison for over 2 good years. This is not how she is. Now she's trying to change to a different thing, an inhuman character.
Well, we will have to confirm. We would have to confirm all those when we get to their side to also respond to the situation. But how is the health of those who were affected?
For me, I don't even know any other person who got injured because we were never in a class. But what I know is that with government hospital, as at around 1 o'clock, transferred Mr. Haruna Rashid after removing some of the gunshots to the Legon Medical Center. As at now, we spoke with him and he is under a good, stable condition. We are praying and asking for prayers for our parliamentary candidate, Mr. Chris Atta, and our national coordinator, Honorable Haruna Rashid Osman.
Have you heard from party leadership so far?
Yes, our regional chairman has been so good. Robert Coutin Jr., all the regional executives, they are with us, the communications director, the secretary. In fact, it is a region that made preparation for the transfer of ambulance to the Legon Medical Center. In fact, we have a solid backing, and I know that under the auspices of Robert Kutin Jr., we are going to win more seats, at least 19 seats for the glory of NPP, and win 19 seats or 20 and more for Dr. Al-Hadi Muhammadu Bawumia as the next
David
president of
Esando,
Ghana.
thank you so much. We are still trying to... we actually have Kofi Osei on the line, and he speaks for Cynthia Morrison. Kofi, thank you for joining us. So we understand that there was really no clash. It's just people who were pelting or throwing things at the cars, and that caused the driver to get out, and then the altercation ensued. What is your side of the story? What happened?
Good morning, my sister.
Good morning.
Hello.
We can hear you. Yes, go ahead.
So I want to speak to you. So
Go ahead.
yeah, yeah, campaign. Agona West, Agona Nyakrom, and fruit. The fruit ni muna na you say Agona West NPP PC in executive, and then in call for the car. Baby, fruit. Police stop them still, and mom crime on the far baby fruit in no coin. And chen say and the police catch say I didn't baby fruit na do car baby trim. Almost am crime do car ni be trim. Just about 3 minutes, and it say it to akasa. The uncle for me and say car fruit na no baba ko mema mi no and it to ni car I do mo echo Nyakrom clinic. Anye ye ni do mo ba Swedro hospital. Any discharge me no na car back.
Now, Kofi, why not two no?
Mami, ye nim baby e tuo ni fi ba ye.
So
Ye nim baby e tuo ni fi ba ye a. E de sa oyo ni no e de ba ye.
So, do you call hospital? I didn't see you.
If you don't call hospital, then run at 12 something, no. Almost discharge me no na car back. Nyame adoba ne pre no ye. Nti amane no de yin say ye fruit ni ye campaign. But ye nim baby etuo ni fi ba ya eto ya e di za oyin ni kura e de bai.
Yeah, we just spoke to David Esando. He is the NPP constituency organizer for Agona West. And I will say, at the time, altercation no air no. Cynthia Morrison in Crawford, they were rejoicing and they were encouraging what had happened. Did you actually see that happen?
Adamami, ye fruit, ye bonjom ni ade ankofo ta. Enya ade ni we yasi o, ye ni yasi. A party fruit, and a mamma no organize ye. In say ade na man for sa wo mujumeni.
Now all more rejoicing, more floats near rejoicing than not more yet.
Yeah, float and conforta. In two na a two, mammy, a two and comfort energy. And penny for the boo, I say, a two musum. It's meaning baby a two back to a nipa ebesre. It's the baby clan to say two. A train a shot as a cabin a month for down, so be uncle fee, or be unfa, because he has to say two. It's an idea to 2 years and for energy. Float na ye no, and no man na woman year will be a
Now, is there any sort of message coming from Cynthia Morrison this morning? What is she saying? How is she doing though? You know,
yeah, they are my police because police may investigation. Was you didn't be there, choir, it too fast by. Indeed, and police commander who are going to come in and and in the police for you and their boy and by an accident to this year. You're in the call, Nyakrom clinic, or Papa or your chair, even 11:30 p.m. Now, and Sana, you referred to my bus to doing the police commander and any police going away and say, indeed, a 2020 in Shishimuni idea, a were pretty for
Yo, yeah, that's a sound Akasawa Kofi. Okay, so he's basically retelling the story of how they were already having a float, you know, campaign activities ahead of December elections, and the people from that is the NPP side, that is the independent candidate, I think it's Chris, yes. They were rerouted by the police to come and, pass through where the float was going on about 2 or 3 times. And then 3 minutes after, they came back and they realized that there were gunshots. So they can also not confirm who exactly fired those shots. But this is the result that we are seeing this morning. And we'll continue to bring you updates and details as the story unfolds. But as we speak, all those who were affected are getting medical attention. The police are involved. They're trying to find those who actually, fired those shots and put lives in danger. Thank you so much for staying with us on this. There's still a lot more coming your way on the AM show. You want to stick with us. We'll be right back.